Welcome to JC Connect. In the yesterday class, we were discussing about the different types of contract. We will glance. So, what are the types of contracts? Maybe up to um, the combined contracting process. Till then, we have stopped. Um, so, first one is lump sum contract that we already discussed. So in this kind of systems, normally uh, the lump sum quantity of work will be assigned with the lump sum quantity of the money will be given, and in that they have to complete it within stipulated time. So then the second one is cost plus fixed percentage contract. So in this, they will be given cost, and in that cost or the estimated cost, based on the estimated cost, the of percentage on the estimated cost will be preserved for the contracting persons. So in the third one, cost plus fixed fee contract. So here it is no way connected with the uh, percentage on the estimated cost. It is I already given one example that for 1 crore 1 lakh it is fixed. So it is only fixed. It is no way connected with the um, based on um, the estimated cost. So either it will be a loss, either it will be a profit. It is no way connected with the contractor. So what he has to do, that he has to take that fixed fee money, then he has to proceed further. So here normally sometimes it will be in the favor of the contractor, because you can complete the work assigned within a stipulated time, and you can take the further work. So then targeted contract. So then you will be given some targets within a stipulated time, and you will be given some fixed fee followed plus some percentage on the estimated cost. So then you have to complete it within stipulated time. So here it is two advantages. Um, the work is going to complete early because you are giving fixed fee as well as some of the percentage on the contract. So then percentage rate of contract. So this normally we can call it as a B1 type of system. Um, of course it's based on the type of the materials and their contracts. So here in this system, the percentage contractors are required to quote single percentage. Means when you are applying quotation itself, you have to quote it single quotation, either higher or lower, which you wanted to execute it. So then it is based on the percentage on the quotation as well as the tendering process. So here the scrutiny of the tenders becomes easier, and as well as if you are considering some of the materials like cement and steel, it is usually supplied by the department, and it is no way connected with the contractors. For example, the government department, if they are taking it, or if they are um, organizing, or if they are um, if they are making one project, so then the whole material will be supplied by the department in itself, and they will give the percentage based on the material to the contractors. That normally we can call it as a B1 type of system. So in B2 type of systems, it is based on the item rates. um, of course if you quoted very less for the items, or if you quoted high rates for the materials, so based on that they will award the contract. So based on the materials they are going to award the contract, so it is nothing but the item rate contract. So this we already discussed. So then labor contract, this is a most commonly adopted system for the construction of private individual buildings in a small cities. Of course it is because one contractor will be there, or even a big company, if it is there, what he will give is that he will give the work to the engineers, the engineer will give to the laborers. So then the contractor will preserve his profit, then um, he will give the salary for the engineers as well as the laborers. So joint venture contract, maybe this we are discussing in the previous class, maybe we have stopped at this stage. So in case of huge importance of the projects, the construction works can be categorized into different parts, and each part can be given to a specialized contractor in that field. So this method improves the quality of the work, and the project can be completed within a short period of time. So thus the project work can be divided among different contractors, and hence joint venture system of contract developed. Normally, if the work is of different categories, for example, if you are constructing one dam, so then who is expert in constructing the dam? Then suppose in that dam itself, if somebody is constructing the road in the dam site itself, so then award the road for different person, award the project of the dam to the different person, because he is expert in that area. So normally the whole project is divided into different works. Each work is given to a separate person who is uh, expertised in that work. Ultimately, the overall work or the quality of the work should be improved. So, thus, um, in this process, actually, the work can be executed simultaneously, because many peoples will be there. They can, but they can coordinate it with each other, and they can complete it within a stipulated time. But one thing is very important here is that the coordination. Sometimes if the coordination is not there, most of the time this joint venture contract will not work, because they may feel that okay, for this kind of work only this much of amount is reserved, for this kind of work this much amount is reserved. That should not happen. And when it is awarding, make sure that the work always has to be tallied with the cost. For example, if the quality of the work has to be done, then you reserve some more money, say more than 50 or 60%. If that much quality of work is not required, then normally what you can do is that you can reserve very less amount compared to the other uh, type of contracts. So hence the project works can be divided among the different contractors, and hence joint venture system contract developed. Most of the companies will also do this in joint venture. Maybe some of the foreign companies, they will come and do some foreign direct investment in India, and they will collaborate with the Indian companies, and they will execute the work, because they have to collaborate, because what will happen is that most of the time local companies or the Indian companies will know the ground reality. They can give the technology, but execution should be balanced, or it should be made under the principle of the Indian companies only. because most of the time whatever they have design is there, most of the time it won't work. If that design is not working, they will face a lot of problem in the ground, uh, or in the field. So if you want to enhance the productivity of uh, of their companies, so normally they will collaborate with the Indian companies, and they will uh, produce many of the products. So this normal joint venture contract will happen. Indian companies as well as the other countries. So turnkey contract. So this is the system. Um, all works related to the project, including design, planning, execution, etc. So it is complete. Turnkey means you have to just so for example, if you take it, if you are constructing one house or one apartment, you have to just give the key to the owner. Means till then you have to complete all the project work, and you have to execute it. So means the owner has no business, or he is not supposed to come to the site during a planning phase, during execution phase, and during finishing phase also. So what you have to do is that mm, you have to uh, um, complete the consultant or the contractor. What he has to do is to complete all the formalities related to the building, and he has to hand over directly key to the owner. Then whatever the expenses are there till that handovering the key, that normally we can call it as a turnkey contract. Then once the project is completed, it is handed over to the owner. The owner has to complete the transaction works and occupy the structure by simply turning the key and opening the door. Means he is not supposed to come at only, he has to pay the money, and he has to open the door with the help of the key. Till then they have to take the contract. Means all the phases, designing, planning, execution, has to be done by the contractor only. That normally we can call it as turnkey. Sometimes in this turnkey contract, we cannot predict it. Sometimes the owner will be on the positive side of the profit. Sometimes the owner will be on the negative side of the profit. Sometimes he will be like mm, if he has made an agreement in the earlier itself, so then he will be on the positive side. If he has made early, or if he has some confusions related to the quality aspects and all those things, he will be on the negative side. But no contractor will work for free, and he is always on the profit side itself. But most of the time it will work, because some people who are very good businessmen, what will happen is that they don't have time to come to the site, and they cannot visit regularly to the site. In that cases, what will happen is that uh, uh, that happens, they may not come to the site, and they are unable to complete the whole project. So then what they will do is that they will make an agreement with the contractor or the consultant for uh, uh, completing the whole building project. So then indirect lump sum contract for flats or bungalows. So in this system, the rate of construction per square meter of the plinth area is jointly fixed by the contractor and the owner, which includes the contractor's profits also. Once this agreement is made, the contractor starts the work and receives the payment at regular intervals during the different stages of work. Sometimes the specifications drawings are prepared by the builder itself. So it is nothing but indirect lump sum contract of the flats or bungalows. So in this case, normally um, the contract will be given to the contractor by the owner based on the uh, plinth area. Plinth area or the plinth area means in terms of square kilometers. Then in this whatever the cost he is charging per square kilometer, in that charges the contractor profit also includes. So then they will make an agreement per square kilometer, per square kilometer of the plinth area. It is not the total, it is the total plinth area. They will make the contract, and per square kilometer or per square feet, normally it is a per square feet, this much will be the cost you have to bear it. And in this they will divide the different kind of works which are there in the buildings. Then for each work completion report or completions, so they will release the amount. The owner will give the amount saying that after completing the uh, um, one room or the two room, or after completing the flooring, so we'll give you this much. So everything will be written on the document saying that, so um, this much will be released after completion of this work. So once the agreement is met, the contractor starts the work and receives the payment at regular intervals at different stages of work. Sometimes initially the drawings of the preparation of the drawings and planning, sometimes it will be bared by the builders or the contractor itself. So then BOT system, build, operate and transfer, is a new system in which the land is acquired by government and the contract is asked to build the structure and then operate it until the collects the money he has to spend for construction as a fees from the users. Once the construction cost is recovered, the structure is handed over to the owner. So no payment is made to the contractor uh, by the owner or the government. So security is provided to the builders by the government, recording the law and order problems if any. Bridges and the roads are usually constructed by adopting this system of contract. Toll is collected from the users or the vehicles passing over it by the contractor to recover the construction cost. So it's very important type of system, that is a boot system, build, operate and transfer. So most of the time um, if any government type of constructions are going, like if you want to construct a house, government house, if you wanted to hand over to the owners or the beneficiaries, normally what uh, the the contractor will do that. The contractor will receive the money from the government after completion of each works to the and handed over to the other beneficiaries. Normally some of the government scheme are coming like Awas Yojana. So in that Awas Yojana, normally what will happen is that the government will give uh, money to the contractors saying that you have to build 10 houses of this much size, of this much this one, and each house this much will be the maximum cost you have to spend, and we will give you this much amount to each of the house, and you have to maintain this much quality of the materials to complete the work. So what he has to do is that he has to build it, and operate means normally there's a maintenance. Sometimes we can call it as maintenance. He has to maintain it for about 1 or 2 months, saying that it is good, nothing is happening. Then it transfer or handed over to the uh, consumer. So once it is handed over to the beneficiaries, so then this type of systems normally we can call it as a board systems. In most of the government agencies we are following this kind of system only, or this kind of contract only. So bridges and the roads are usually constructed by adopting this system of the contract. Not only the Awas Yojana, even the bridges and the roads, what they will do is that they will contractor will build and they will operate, means operate in the sense maintenance for about 2 years or 3 years. So then once it is operated successfully, then it is they will already hand over to the system. Then once it is operating properly with a stipulated time, uh, then the security deposit whatever is kept for that maintenance period will be reversed back to the contractors. So when you say it is a security deposit, during the construction phase normally about 5 to 10% of the security deposit they will keep it. Even after billing also they will keep it for about 5 to 10% of the total estimated cost. After the maintenance period is completed, then they will give back that to the contractors. This is a very good system, boot system, where the security deposit and everything can be kept to control the contractors. So maybe in the next class we'll start with the different types of billing systems. So in that now we understood till now what is tendering process, what is the type of contracts, because when we are doing the billing process, you should just see that what type of contract is, then how the tender is given, all the information is required in that form. So once that form is completed, so then completed successfully, then the billing process will be very easy. So we will start the billing process in the next class. Thank you.